He was more than a rapper, more than a poet, more than a rebel. He was a voice for the unheard, a mirror of America's pain, a young man trapped between brilliance and brutality. His name was Tupac Shakur. This is not just the story of how he lived. This is the story of why he lived, what he fought for, and how his life was tragically cut short. Tupac Shakur was born on June 16, 1971, in East Harlem, New York City. But Tupac was not born into peace. His mother, Afeni Shakur, was a member of the Black Panther Party, a revolutionary group fighting racial injustice in America. While pregnant with Tupac, Afeni was on trial, facing serious charges that could have put her in prison for life. She won the case, but the trauma never left. Tupac grew up surrounded by police surveillance, poverty, political struggle, violence, addiction. Yet even as a child, he was different. He loved poetry, theater, literature, Shakespeare. Tupac was deeply intelligent, sensitive, and emotionally aware long before the world knew him as a rapper. Tupac attended the Baltimore School for the Arts, where he studied acting, poetry, jazz, ballet. Here's the irony. The man later called a thug was once a theater kid. Teachers described him as respectful, brilliant, charismatic. He wrote poems about love, racism, pain, dreams. Many of his poems would later become rap lyrics. Tupac didn't stumble into music. Music found him because he had something to say. Tupac's music career began as a backup dancer and rapper for the group Digital Underground, but it didn't take long before people noticed. This kid had fire in his words. In 1991, Tupac released his debut album, Tupacalypse Now. The album spoke openly about police brutality, racism, poverty, young black men being killed. America was shocked. Some politicians called him dangerous, some parents called him a bad influence, but the streets called him real. As Tupac's fame grew, so did his inner conflict. He was educated but angry, loving but violent, conscious yet controversial. Albums like Strictly for My Niggas, Me Against the World, showed a man battling himself. He rapped about respect for women, Brenda's got a baby, systemic oppression, loneliness, paranoia. Tupac once said, "I didn't choose the thug life chose me." And sadly, the streets began answering him back. In 1994, Tupac was shot 5 times in a New York recording studio, robbed, accused of sexual assault, a charge he denied. He believed powerful figures in the industry had set him up. In 1995, Tupac was sentenced to prison. This broke him, but it also refined him. From prison, he released Me Against the World. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts, making Tupac the first artist to top the charts from prison. Tupac was released from prison after Suge Knight, CEO of Death Row Records, paid his bail. This marked a turning point. Under Death Row, Tupac became more aggressive. His music became darker. The East Coast versus West Coast rivalry intensified. He released All Eyes on Me, a double album, a masterpiece, a cry for survival. But behind the success was chaos. On September 7, 1996, Tupac attended a Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas. After the fight, Tupac got into a physical altercation with a known gang member. Later that night, while riding in a black BMW with Suge Knight, a white Cadillac pulled up beside them. Multiple gunshots were fired. Tupac was hit 4 times. He was rushed to the hospital, placed on life support. For 6 days, the world waited. On September 13, 1996, Tupac Shakur was pronounced dead. Tupac's murder was never fully solved for decades. Rumors spread. Was it gang-related? Was it industry rivalry? Was it retaliation? Some even believed he faked his death. But one thing is certain. Tupac left behind over 700 recorded songs, multiple posthumous albums, a legacy that still shapes hip-hop today. Tupac was not perfect, but he was honest. He spoke for the poor, the broken, the angry, the unheard, and even in death, his words still breathe. Legends don't die, they transform. If you enjoy deep music stories and legendary documentaries, click the subscribe button and stay tuned for more timeless music legends.